I think we're going to have an announcement here. They wanted both of them in the field of view.
What would humans look like on different planets? On a world with stronger gravity, they might become shorter and stockier, their bodies built for strength. On a planet with weaker gravity, they could grow taller and more slender. The way they adapt to each environment could truly be mind-blowing. So let's explore the possibilities. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun, and that makes it a tough place to survive. During the day, temperatures can soar up to 800 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. But when the sun sets, temperatures can plummet to negative 290 degrees Fahrenheit, colder than Antarctica. So how would humans handle such extreme swings? The first thing they need to do is evolve some pretty advanced ways of regulating body temperature. Imagine humans with super efficient skin that acts like an internal air conditioner during the day and a thick insulation layer at night to keep in heat. They might even develop reflective metallic skin to bounce off the brutal sunlight during the day, almost like a natural sunscreen. There's also another huge issue to deal with. Mercury has no atmosphere and no magnetic field, which means that humans would be constantly bombarded by solar radiation. On Earth, we're protected from this by our atmosphere and magnetic field, but on Mercury, we'd have to evolve DNA repair mechanisms that work overtime to fix radiation damage. Another option might be to live underground, where the intense sun's rays couldn't reach them. Living on Mercury wouldn't be easy, but with some extreme adaptations, humanity might find a way to thrive, or at least survive. Venus is often called Earth's evil twin, because it's roughly the same size, but it couldn't be more different when it comes to habitability. The surface temperature on Venus is around 870 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot enough to melt lead, and its atmosphere is thick with carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid clouds. Even though Venus has similar gravity to Earth, it's nearly impossible to live there in its current state. But what if humans could somehow survive? Well, one possibility is living in the cooler upper atmosphere, where the temperature is less extreme. Still, the challenges would be huge. To survive the acid-filled clouds, humans might evolve skin that's resistant to burns, or even develop a natural protective coating. Breathing Venus's thick toxic atmosphere would be a huge challenge. Over time, humans might develop larger, stronger lungs to filter out harmful gases, much like deep-sea creatures do today. If they try to live closer to the surface, their bones and muscles would need to become incredibly dense to handle the crushing pressure, like being 3,000 feet underwater. With enough time, the human body could evolve to be more compact and pressure resistant, but surviving on Venus would be a massive feat. When most people think about living on another planet, Mars is the first one that comes to mind. It's the most Earth-like planet in the solar system and has captured the imagination of scientists and space enthusiasts for years. But that doesn't mean that it's easy to live there. For one thing, Mars only has about 38% of Earth's gravity, meaning that humans would weigh much less and can jump higher. Over time, this low gravity would cause humans to grow taller as their spines stretch out, but it would also weaken bones and muscles. So humans would either need to work out constantly to stay strong or evolve new, more efficient systems to handle the reduced gravity. Mars presents some serious challenges for human survival. Its thin atmosphere offers little protection from harmful UV radiation, so over time humans might develop darker or even reddish skin packed with protective pigments to block the intense rays. Mars is also extremely dry, so humans would need to evolve in ways that conserve water, perhaps by recycling it more efficiently or even losing sweat glands altogether. And then there's the Martian dust, fine, sharp, and everywhere. Breathing it in could cause some serious lung damage, so humans might evolve mucus-lined airways or internal filters to keep the dust out. Living on Mars wouldn't be easy, but with the right adaptations, it's probably the most realistic place for humans to settle outside of Earth. Living on Jupiter is pretty much out of the question. Jupiter is a gas giant with no solid surface, and its gravity is 2.5 times stronger than Earth's. That would make moving around incredibly difficult, as every step would feel like an Olympic event. If humans somehow found a way to survive in Jupiter's atmosphere, they need to evolve shorter, stockier bodies with dense bones and muscles to withstand the constant pull of gravity. Then there are the storms. Jupiter's home to the Great Red Spot, a storm that has been raging for centuries. Winds on Jupiter can reach incredible speeds, and humans would need to evolve extremely tough, flexible skin to handle the constant battering from the wind and debris. Or maybe their bodies would evolve to be more aerodynamic, so they can glide more easily through the thick atmosphere. With Jupiter's endless cloud and storms, humans would also need new ways to see and navigate. It's possible that they could develop echolocation like bats or even eyes that can detect subtle changes in air pressure to help them move around. Living on Jupiter's surface is impossible, but with the right adaptations, surviving in its atmosphere might be a strange and challenging possibility. Saturn is another gas giant, but it's not as extreme as Jupiter. The main challenge here would be the winds. Saturn's winds can reach up to speeds of 1,100 miles per hour, and humans would need to evolve to handle this. Perhaps their bodies would become streamlined to reduce wind resistance, turning them into human torpedoes built to move quickly and efficiently through the air. Saturn's atmosphere is rich in hydrogen and ammonia, which would be toxic to humans. Over time, humans might develop symbiotic microbes in their lungs or stomachs that could process these gases and turn them into usable energy. It's like turning trash into treasure with biology. To handle the weak sunlight on Saturn, humans could evolve super efficient vision or even skin that absorbs every bit of light available. Another possibility is bioluminescence. Humans might develop glowing skin to light up the dim and hazy environment. Uranus is one of the coldest planets in the solar system, with temperatures averaging around -353 degrees Fahrenheit. It also spins on its side, creating crazy seasons that last for 42 years. To survive here, humans would need to evolve extreme cold adaptations. Thick layers of fat or even fur would be necessary to stay warm. Imagine humans looking more like polar bears with fur coats to protect them from the freezing temperatures. Since Uranus has long, dark winters, humans might evolve larger eyes capable of seeing in low light or even infrared vision to detect heat. And because the atmosphere is rich in methane, humans might develop lungs capable of extracting oxygen from it, or they would need to rely on technology to help them breathe. Humans living on Uranus would likely develop unique biological clocks to deal with its odd seasons, allowing them to conserve energy during long periods of darkness and burst with energy when the light returns. Neptune is even colder than Uranus, with temperatures that can drop to -373 degrees Fahrenheit. It's also known for having the fastest winds in the solar system, reaching up to 1,200 miles per hour. To survive on Neptune, humans might need to evolve super dense, windproof skin, or perhaps develop small anchoring features like natural hooks or suction pads to keep them from being swept away by the fierce winds. Because the sunlight on Neptune is so dim, humans might also need to evolve enormous eyes that can capture every photon of light. Alternatively, they could develop photosynthetic skin, which will allow them to generate energy from the little sunlight that does make it through. Given Neptune's methane-rich atmosphere, humans might evolve new metabolic pathways to extract energy from these gases, much like deep-sea organisms on Earth. Pluto might not technically be a planet anymore, but it is still an interesting place to think about. With temperatures near absolute zero, humans would need some serious adaptations to survive. Their blood might develop a antifreeze-like compound to keep it from freezing, and their skin could grow a thick insulating layer of fat or scales to keep them warm. With such weak gravity, humans would move like astronauts on the moon, taking huge leaps with little effort. Over time, their bones and muscles might shrink, leaving them lighter and more fragile. And since there's almost no sunlight on Pluto, humans might evolve bioluminescence to light their way in the darkness. Their eyes could also become larger and more sensitive, helping them see in the icy dim environment. And let's not forget about the moon. Its gravity is only 16% of Earth's, which would make humans taller, but also weaker. Without an atmosphere, the moon is constantly bombarded by radiation and meteorites, so humans would need some major adaptations to survive. Humans might develop heightened senses to deal with this, adapting to the intense brightness during the day and the total darkness at night. In the end, humans would adapt in surprising ways to each planet's conditions, evolving into forms perfectly suited for their new worlds. The possibility for change are truly endless. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss on any of our latest updates. And do let us know your thoughts in the comments section, and we will see you guys next time.